Hi guys, I'm back. Sorry, I had to restart my computer. Some kind of problem. I'm going to queue in and do a dungeon and heal for a little bit just to stretch my, experience and stuff. And in the meantime, I'll go back to YouTube and I'll hunt for things. And I'm sorry about this. Some kind of weird netcode thing. Plus, my headphones are dying, and so I'm going to plug those in and take my other headphones. Oops. Okay, I'm gonna take it to my other headphones, and now I'm gonna play. And we go. Sorry about that, guys. There we go. There we go. This is a much better place. Okay, so let's go queue up for oh, I'm in the queue, huh? $300 gold. And then I will take a epic battleground. There it is, pretty much instantly. Ashran, I knew it would be too. I like Ashran. I really don't mind it. I'm gonna do a first-person Ashran. You guys ever seen that before? Watch me do a first-person Ashran. Or I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. I caught a DPS queue, which is interesting. Stupid ass piece of shit Blizzard won't show me my bar, but I'm trying to do everything I'm supposed to do. That was fun. Okay, exit out. And now we come back and... Oh, nice. Yeah, that's good. That's where I want to be. And then I will come back to this and exit. Exit. Let's go. Close. Uh, 5 minutes. I'm trying to get to Overwatch then. Yes, Overwatch. And I don't have one of these open. No, I don't. I don't have all the stuff I should have open. No, I thought I did, but I don't. There we go. I do. There we go. And then we'll skip out back to Overwatch now. And yeah, come back before
I must confess that
I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. I had to restart, so I'm gonna come back to where I was. I think it was like this.
YMCA, and they had a swimming pool there. But certainly a Negro child in Atlanta could not go to any public park. I could not go to the so-called white schools. There were separate schools. And I attended a high school in Atlanta, which was the only high school for Negroes in the city. And this was a real problem because in Atlanta there are...
Fucking Jim Crow. I'll be right back, guys. I have to go get some food. I'll be right back. My phone and my shoes. Ready for food? You are ready for food. I'm late. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot. Yeah, we're gonna eat. Don't worry. Sorry, Kitty. I'm just trying to get around to it. I'm a busy motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Kitty? You know what I'm saying, Kitty? You ready to eat? You ready to eat? You want some more food? Here's dinner, Kitty. I'm sorry about that. Here you go. Okay, now as for myself, I want jalapeno with falafel. Jalapeno. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry. Had to get my cat fed, and I had to get something to eat. It's 3 in the morning, and I haven't I ate, but that was way back at 7 o'clock. It's like fucking 8 hours later or whatever. Yeah, it's like 8 hours later, and I should eat. But you know, that's the nightlife. You know, whatever. I'm used to it. The nightlife is expensive. It takes a lot of energy and time and effort. And but I like it. I like it.
More than 200,000
I
Negroes
love Martin Luther King.
in many of the stores downtown. To take another example, I could not go to a lunch counter to buy a hamburger, a cup of coffee, or something like that. I could not attend any of the theaters. Only there there were one or two Negro theaters.
I can't imagine
they
that.
were very small, but they did not get the main pictures. If they got them, they were 2 years late or 3 years late. So that by and large, there was a very strict system of segregation, and there was nothing called racial integration at that time in Atlanta. Well, I started out as a pastor in Montgomery, Alabama, which is a state that adjoins the state of Georgia. After I finished my graduate work in Boston, I returned to Montgomery to pastor a church. After I had been in Montgomery about a year, we had the problem there of facing many indignities and injustices on the city buses. And on the 5th of December in 1955, a Negro woman was arrested, Mrs. Rosa Parks, for refusing to give up her seat for a boarding white male passenger. I think I could say safely that more than 99% of the Negro people of Montgomery rose up with a bit of indignation, a righteous indignation, I would say. And this led to the bus boycott. The Negro citizens decided not to ride the buses until these conditions were changed. They asked me to serve as a spokesman and the president of the Montgomery Improvement Association, and from this time, I found myself in a leadership position in the civil rights struggle.
And the bus boycott was, of course, a startling success under your leadership.
Yes, we struggled for 381 days, but at the end of that, we returned to thoroughly integrated buses, and they are integrated today in Montgomery.
Wow. Good. Montgomery. Mo, Alabama. Okay, I have 4 falafels and some palak paneer. Oh, this didn't cook. I'm sorry. This didn't cook. It's too cold. Those cooked. I'll be right back. God damn it. What was this about? You didn't cook my fucking dinner. What was that? Your fucking microwave. Whatever. I want that. Okay, I'm gonna have some falafel and some cold Canada Dry. My meal should cost me $4, something like that. Uh, so I clicked on that, but nothing happens. So I'm just gonna kill this page because I'm gonna assume that it's a piece of shit software developer who's incompetent. No, it's something about my keyboard or something. But I don't want this. I don't want 9. Are you fucking serious? 9? 9 times you did this. Come on, man. What do you mean watch 8, watch 9? Just delete, you fucking piece of shit, fucking failure ass piece of shit cocksucker developer. You don't know how to fucking like work YouTube, just admit it. Oh, it's a Mortal 2 development stream. Nice. From like 39 minutes ago.
Or quite
Okay,
much
so
for subscription. Since we last stream, we've been busy little bees working a lot, quite in the shadows. Thank you for subscriptions, by the way. Appreciate it. Goes straight to the development as usual. So it's cool to see you guys show up to the stream today. We have a few things we're gonna cover. As you know, we have a little announcement to make today as well. But I think we should start off with, so we have that out of the way before we proceed. And I also want to see if we can have the...
this is too low key for this late at night. I can go find something better. I like him, but he's too low key.
My brothers and my sisters, we stand again at a threshold of conscience, a place where the nation must decide whether it will live the creed it carved into stone or continue to run from the promise it made to the world. For too long, America has stretched out her hand to the weary and the wandering.
Give us your tired, you're poor, you're hungry.
When the stranger drew near.
Yep.
But I am here to say that a nation cannot bless the earth while building walls around its own compassion. Some say close the gates. Some whisper that is not enough room at the table.
What?
But I say to you, fear is a poor architect of a house meant for freedom. This land was not shaped by one color or one tongue. It was carved by the sweat of immigrants, the dreams of refugees, and the blood of the enslaved. Together they built a nation that has not always loved them back.
I love you back.
We are told that newcomers are a burden, but history testifies that the immigrant is the seed of renewal.
Yep.
The bold soul who leaves the known for the unknown. And by courage alone, it spans the boundary of what is possible. Let us never forget, nobody chooses to uproot their life for comfort. People cross deserts and oceans because staying means death, despair, or silence. We who preach liberty to the nations cannot turn our backs when the nations come knocking at our door. And though men draw borders with pins and fences, God draws only one circle, the circle of humanity. Within that circle, no race is foreign, no language is alien, and no child is illegal. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality. If we deny justice to the newcomer today, tomorrow that denial will find its way back to our own doorstep. The chains forged for one group soon rattle on the wrist of us all.
Of us all.
My friends, the question before us is not simply who belongs here, but who are we willing to become? Will we be the nation that trembles when strangers arrive, or the nation that remembers it was once a stranger itself? Will we clutch our blessings like misers, or scatter them like seeds destined to grow? Let us choose the courage
Beautiful.
of welcome. Let us build bridges wider
Build
than the
bridges.
rivers, and hearts deeper than the politics of the moment. And when history turns the page and our grandchildren ask, how did you treat the ones who came seeking refuge? Let us answer with clear voices and clean hands. We widened the door. We stood for dignity. We believe the world is big enough for all of God's children. For that is how freedom rises, not by shutting people out, but by inviting the world in and daring to live as one human family.
April 29th, 1945. A Sunday morning. The sky was gray. The air was cold. The soldiers of the U.S. 45th Infantry Division, the Thunderbirds, were pushing toward a large complex near Munich. They thought they were attacking a supply depot, or maybe a factory. They had no idea they were walking into the nightmare of the century. They reached a railroad track outside the complex. There was a train sitting there. 39 cattle cars, silent, motionless. The soldiers approached the train. They smelled it before they saw it. A lieutenant peeked inside one of the cars, and he screamed. Inside the train were bodies, thousands of them. Men, women, children, starved, beaten, stacked on top of each other like garbage. They had been left there to die of thirst and exposure.
That's the fascists.
Some of the bodies
That's
had
the
bite
fascist
marks
right.
on them because the living had tried to eat the dead to survive.
Yeah.
The American soldiers were veterans. They had fought in Italy. They had fought in France. They had seen friends blown apart, but they had never seen this.
No.
One soldier, a tough 19-year-old from Oklahoma, sat down in the snow and started crying uncontrollably. Another soldier vomited. But for most of them, the sadness quickly turned to something else. Rage. A cold, shaking, murderous rage. They looked at the SS watchtowers in the distance. They tightened their grip on their rifles. And in that moment, the rules of war evaporated. The Geneva Convention didn't matter anymore. The only thing that mattered was revenge.
I don't like where it went, and I'm going to get off it. I'm sorry. The Geneva Convention always matters. Always matters. You understand? Everything matters. I want some more falafel. I'm going to cook some more. Because they're so good. I really like them a lot, actually. It's falafel. Okay, I'm gonna kill that light. And I'm gonna watch videos. It's like 3 a.m. and I'm not tired. It's like a Thursday or something. I don't care. Why do you keep fucking trying to show that to me? There's a new set of heroes coming to Overwatch.
Oh man, I thought it was Max Payne 2. I don't even know what Code Vein is. Is it like Dark Souls 3? I played that.
The Resurgence.
Oh, sure, the Resurgence, yep.
The Resurgence corrupts everything it touches,
Well, of course it does.
which we now call the Upheaval.
The Resurgence is now the Upheaval, I get it.
Do you think you can remember what you looked like?
I remember what the last Dark Souls said my voice looked like. Now, since it's an anime, we're gonna max this. We're gonna take this down to 0. That's gonna go up to here. There we go. And let's go ahead and make her bigger than an average human mother. There we go. All right. Character
Perfect.
name? Max Payne.
You've
Max
come to,
Payne.
I got amnesia.
as I feared, the memories may still take some time to return. Forgive me. Bear with me, for this may come as a shock. You have died once already.
In a Dark Souls? No way. I don't die in a Dark Souls.
I know it's all new, but it's okay.
So big. Bigger than Mother Earth.
How do you feel?
They just straight up took this elevator out of Dark Souls, huh? Alright. My character's too tall for the camera. What makes this game fundamentally different from Dark Souls is how many cabbages you collect.
You're a revenant hunter, aren't you? A hunter capable of inflicting mortal wounds on a being that's not...
Ugh. Fucking video games.
Barack Obama in 2004 was totally unknown. People were saying, I don't know who this guy is. I wonder why they picked him.
He had this reputation as a bit of an upstart, as sort of a young, rising figure in the party, but no one knew who this guy was. This was his chance to introduce himself to people.
Tonight is a particular honor for me because, let's face it, my presence on this stage is pretty unlikely. My father was a foreign student, born and raised in a small village in Kenya.
What makes a great political speech is if you can somehow fold your story into this larger American story.
The next thing he says is about his mother's family. His grandfather fought in World War II. He used the GI Bill. They settled in Kansas, so white people could say, he's just like us.
My parents shared not only an improbable love, they shared an abiding faith in the possibilities of this nation. I stand here knowing that my story is part of the larger American story, that I owe a debt to all of those who came before me, and that in no other country on earth is my story even possible.
Yeah, it's good.
Going into this speech, we've had 4 years of George Bush, and we felt as a country like we've grown further apart.
04 was very much a divisive partisan race. Obama's speech is in some ways an antidote to that.
Alongside our famous individualism, there's another ingredient in the American saga, a belief that we're all connected as one people. If there is a child on the south side of Chicago who can't read, that matters to me even if it's not my child. If there's a senior citizen somewhere who can't pay for their prescription drugs and having to choose between medicine and the rent, that makes my life poorer even if it's not my grandparent.
It's true.
It is that fundamental belief, I am my brother's keeper, I am my sister's keeper, that makes this country work.
Yeah, it's
E
true.
pluribus unum, out of many, one.
He gives a speech that presages his entire political message of 2008, which is this sort of post-partisan argument.
Now, even as we speak, there are those who are preparing to divide us. The spin masters, the negative ad peddlers, who embrace the politics of anything goes. Well, I say to them tonight, there is not a liberal America and a conservative America. There is the United States of America.
Obama was born with two great gifts. One is his mind, and the other is his ability to speak to large groups of people.
There are three things that Obama does that really makes that speech effective. He wants concrete detail, he likes story, and he loves antithesis, the use of repetition and structure to show contrast. There is not a liberal America or a conservative America, there is one America.
There is not a black America and a white America and Latino America.
No, there's
and
not.
Asian America.
Nope.
There's the United States of America. The pundits like to slice and dice our country into red states and blue states, but I've got news for them too. We worship an awesome God in the blue states, and we don't like federal agents poking around in our libraries in the red states. We coach Little League in the blue states, and yes, we've got some gay friends in the red states. We are one people, all of us pledging allegiance to the Stars and Stripes, all of us defending the United States of America.
The way he uses his hands, he
Obama
does a lot of this, a lot of this, a lot of that.
In doing so, he gives off this sense of energy. I am new. I'm someone who is dynamic.
And he doesn't do that so much anymore. He's a little more solemn and reserved when he gives speeches today, but I think it's more reflective of his office.
In the end, that's what this election is about. Do we participate in a politics of cynicism, or do we participate in a politics of hope? It's the hope of slaves
Politics
sitting
of
around
hope.
a fire singing freedom songs. The hope of immigrants setting out for distant shores.
Yep.
The hope of a young naval lieutenant bravely patrolling the Mekong Delta. The hope of a mill worker's son who dares to defy the odds. The hope of a skinny kid with a funny name who believes that America has a place for him too. Hope in the face of difficulty. Hope in the face of uncertainty. The audacity of hope.
His appearance at that convention, which was the best speech of the convention, better than John
The
Kerry's,
audacity of
was
hope.
electrifying, and without it, he wouldn't be president.
I think sincerity means a lot. There are people who, when they speak the truth as they see it, and they're very effective doing that.
I believe this country will reclaim its promise, and out of this long political darkness, a brighter day will come. Thank you very much, everybody. God bless you. You can't say it, but you know it's true. Good evening, everybody. It is an honor to be here at my last, and perhaps the last, White House Correspondents' Day.
God damn, he was right too.
You all look great. The end of the Republic has never looked better.
God damn. Jesus Christ.
I do apologize. I know I was a little late tonight. I was running on CPT. Which stands for jokes that white people should not make.
Slay him.
It's a tip for you, Jeff. Anyway, here we are. My 8th and final appearance at this unique event. And I am excited. If this material works well, I'm going to use it at Goldman Sachs next year.
I mean, come on, that's her cabinet, though.
Earn me some serious Tubmans. That's right. That's right. My brilliant and beautiful wife, Michelle, is here tonight. She looks so happy to be here. That's called practice. It's like learning to do 3-minute planks. She makes it look easy now, but next year at this time, someone else will be standing here in this very spot, and it's anyone's guess who she will be, but...
Oh. But she didn't run. I wish she had ran. Why was it Kamala?
But standing here, I can't help but be reflective, a little sentimental. 8 years ago, I said it was time to change the tone of our politics. In hindsight, I clearly should have been more specific. 8 years ago, I was a young man, full of idealism and vigor. And look at me now. I am gray, grizzled, just counting down the days till my death panel.
It's not funny.
Hillary once questioned whether I'd be ready for a 3 a.m. phone call. Now I'm awake anyway because I got to go to the bathroom. I'm up. In fact, somebody recently said to me, Mr. President, you are so yesterday. Justin Trudeau has completely replaced you. He's so handsome, he's so charming. He's the future. And I said, Justin, just give it a rest. I resented that. Meanwhile, Michelle has not aged a day. The only way you can date her in photos is by looking at me. Take a look. Here we are in 2008. Here we are a few years later. And this one is from 2 weeks ago. So time passes. In just 6 short months, I will be officially a lame duck. Which means Congress
Bullshit.
now will flat out reject my authority. And Republican leaders won't take my phone calls. And this is going to take some getting used to. It's really going to, it's a curveball. I don't know what to do with it. Of course, in fact, 4 months now, congressional Republicans have been saying there are things I cannot do in my final year. Unfortunately, this dinner was not one of them. But on everything else, it's another story. And you know who you are, Republicans. In fact, I think we've got Republican Senators Tim Scott and Cory Gardner. They're in the House, which reminds me, security, bar the doors. Judge Merrick Garland, come on out. We're going to do this right here, right now. It's like the Red Wedding.
Oh.
But it's not just Congress. Even some foreign leaders, they've been looking ahead, anticipating my departure. Last week, Prince George showed up to our meeting in his bathrobe. That was a slap in the face. A clear breach of protocol. Although while in England, I did have lunch with Her Majesty the Queen, took in a performance of Shakespeare, hit the links with David Cameron. Just in case anybody is still debating whether I'm black enough, I think that settles the debate. I won't lie. Look, this is a tough transition. It's hard. Key staff are now starting to leave the White House. Even reporters have left me. Savannah Guthrie, she's left the White House press corps to host the Today Show. Nora O'Donnell.
Savannah Guthrie, and he mentioned her. He was like now her mother has been kidnapped, probably by the right wing. It's insane. Savannah Guthrie, she's the biggest news item today. Savannah Guthrie's plea for proof that mother is alive as search enters 5th day, and it's terrible.
Left the briefing room to host CBS This Morning. Jake Tapper left journalism to join CNN.
Oh. Oh.
But the prospect of leaving the White House is a mixed bag. You might have heard that someone jumped the White House fence last week, but I have to give Secret Service credit. They found Michelle, brought her back. She's safe. She's safe back at home now. It's only 9 more months, baby. Settle down.
That guy really hates Obama or something.
And yet somehow, despite all this, despite the churn, in my final year, my approval ratings keep going up. The last time I was this high, I was trying to decide on my major.
Oh. Wow.
And here's the thing, I haven't really done anything differently. So it's odd. Even my aides can't explain the rising poll numbers. What has changed? Nobody can figure it out.
Oh.
Puzzling. Anyway, in this last year, I do have more appreciation for those who've been with me on this amazing ride. Like one of our finest public servants, Joe Biden. God bless him. Love that guy. I love Joe Biden. I really do. And I want to thank him for his friendship, for his counsel, for always giving it to me straight, for not shooting anybody in the face. Thank you, Joe. Also, I would be remiss. Let's give it up for our host, Larry Wilmore. Also known as one of the 2 black guys who's not Jon Stewart. You're the South African guy, right? Okay. I love Larry. And his parents are here, who are from Evanston, which is a great town. I also would like to acknowledge some of the award-winning reporters that we have with us here tonight. Rachel McAdams, Mark Ruffalo, Leah Schreiber. Thank you all for everything that you've done. I'm just joking. As you know, Spotlight is a film, a movie, about investigative journalists with the resources and the autonomy to chase down the truth and hold the powerful accountable. Best fantasy film since Star Wars.
Wow.
Look, that was maybe a cheap shot.
Spotlight was good.
I understand the news business is tough these days. It keeps changing all the time. Every year at this dinner, somebody makes a joke about BuzzFeed, for example, changing the media landscape. And every year the Washington Post laughs a little bit less hard. It's kind of a silence there, especially at the Washington Post table. GOP Chairman Reince Priebus is here as well. Glad to see that you feel that you've earned a night off. Congratulations on all your success. The Republican Party, the nomination process, it's all going great. Keep it up. Kendall Jenner is also here, and we had a chance to meet her backstage. She seems like a very nice young woman. I'm not exactly sure what she does, but I am told that my Twitter mentions are about to go through the roof. Helen Mirren is here tonight.
Aw. Go Helen.
I don't even have a joke here. I just think Helen Mirren is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's awesome. Sitting at the same table, I see Mike Bloomberg. Mike, a combative, controversial New York billionaire, is leading the GOP primary, and it is not you. That has to sting a little bit. Although it's not an entirely fair comparison between you and the Donald. After all, Mike was a big city mayor. He knows policy in depth. And he's actually worth the amount of money that he says he is.
Oh.
What an election season. For example, we've got the bright new face of the Democratic Party here tonight, Mr. Bernie Sanders.
Bright new face. Bernie. This was the last time I think the Democrats were real.
Bernie, you look like $1 million. Or to put it in terms you'll understand, you look like 37,000 donations of $27 each. A lot of folks have been surprised by the Bernie phenomenon, especially his appeal to young people, but not me. I get it. Just recently, a young person came up to me and said she was sick of politicians standing in the way of her dreams. As if we were actually going to let Malia go to Burning Man this year. Was not going to happen. Bernie might have let her go. Not us. I am hurt, though, Bernie, that you've been distancing yourself a little from me. I mean, that's just not something that you do to your comrade. Bernie's slogan has helped his campaign catch fire among young people. Feel the burn. Feel the burn. It's a good slogan. Hillary's slogan has not had the same effect. Let's see this. Look, I've said how much I admire Hillary's toughness, her smarts, her policy chops, her experience. You've got to admit it, though. Hillary trying to appeal to young voters is a little bit like your relative who just signed up for Facebook. Yeah. Dear America, did you get my poke? Is it appearing on your wall? I'm not sure I'm using this right. Love, Aunt Hillary.
Oh.
It's not entirely persuasive. Meanwhile, on the Republican side, things are a little more, how shall we say this? A little more loose. Just look at the confusion over the invitations to tonight's dinner. Guests were asked to check whether they wanted steak or fish, but instead, a whole bunch of you wrote in Paul Ryan. That's not an option, people. Steak or fish. You may not like steak or fish, but that's your choice. Meanwhile, some candidates aren't polling high enough to qualify for their own joke tonight.
Oh. Oh.
The rules were well established ahead of time. And then there's Ted Cruz. Ted had a tough week. He went to Indiana, Hoosier country, stood on a basketball court, and called the hoop a basketball ring. What else is in his lexicon? Baseball sticks, football hats. But sure, I'm the foreign one. Well, let me conclude tonight on a more serious note. I want to thank the Washington Press Corps. I want to thank Carol for all that you do. You know, the free press is central to our democracy, and nah, I'm just kidding. You know I've got to talk about Trump. We weren't just gonna stop there. Come on. Although I am a little hurt that he's not here tonight. We had so much fun the last time. And it is surprising. You've got a room full of reporters, celebrities, cameras, and he says no. Is this dinner too tacky for the Donald? What could he possibly be doing instead? Is he at home eating a Trump steak? Tweeting out insults to Angela Merkel? What's he doing? The Republican establishment is incredulous that he's their most likely nominee. Incredulous, shocking. They say Donald lacks the foreign policy experience to be president. But in fairness, he has spent years meeting with leaders from around the world. Miss Sweden, Miss Argentina, Miss Azerbaijan.
Damn. Oh, it's a Jeffrey Epstein thing. Did you hear it?
An area where Donald's experience could be invaluable.
This was from 9 years ago, 2016 or something. He's like, Miss Universe pageant people.
And that's closing Guantanamo. Because Trump knows a thing or two about running waterfront properties into the ground.
All
right, that's probably enough. I mean, I've got more material. No. I don't want to spend too much time on the Donald. Following your lead, I want to show some restraint. Because I think we can all agree that from the start, he's gotten the appropriate amount of coverage, befitting the seriousness of his candidacy. I hope y'all are proud of yourselves. The guy wanted to give his hotel business a boost, and now we're praying that Cleveland makes it through July.
I can't laugh.
As for me and Michelle, we've decided to stay in D.C. for a couple more years. Thank you. This way, our youngest daughter can finish up high school. Michelle can stay closer to her plot of carrots. She's already making plans to see them every day. Take a look. But our decision has actually presented a bit of a dilemma because traditionally presidents don't stick around after they're done. And it's something that I've been brooding about a little bit. Take a look.
The Obamas are staying in D.C. for 2 years after the president leaves office.
He's about to go from commander-in-chief to couch commander.
You, Chuck Todd. What am I going to do in D.C. for 2 years?
You've got a real dilemma, Mr. President.
I can't go every day, can I?
Which you like better, these or these?
Joe, they're the same.
They capture different moods.
Joe, I need some focus here.
Comes in there during aviator time, thinks everything.
I'm sorry, what's that?
I said, Mr. President, you had to be practical. And look, you can drive again, you're going to need a license. You love sports. Why don't you volunteer to work for one of the teams around?
My God, he was too old back then. In 2017, he was too senile.
Is this the Washington Wizards? I understand you're looking for some coaching help. Let's just say I coached my daughter's team a few times. Hello? Hello?
I can't believe they ran Joe. It was a terrible mistake. I think it cost the Democratic Party. Something about putting an incompetent leader in charge. But there's a difference between incompetent leader and like one that can't stand. You know, one that literally can't, cut it. Donald Trump's an incompetent leader, but he can still cut it, I guess.
So I'm going to be in D.C. for a while. And
he seems senile to me.
What's the name?
Barack Hussein Obama.
Yikes. Well, since you don't have a driver's license, you're going to need a birth certificate.
Really?
Really.
It's real.
Is it?
It's real.
But is it?
Oh, Michelle left her phone. Let's see here. Huh. She's got Snapchat. Obamacare is great, and it's really working. Sign up now.
Breaking news.
Michelle Obama in hot water after posting this video earlier today.
Obamacare is great, and it's really working. Sign up now.
No?
No.
Did it get a lot of views at least?
Honey, enough. Why don't you just talk to somebody who's been through this? I gotta go to Soul Cycle.
She's right. I know who I need to talk to. Hey, it's Barack. Listen, can we get together? Now that is a great move.
Yeah, it's just me. It's just me.
So, you got any advice for me?
So now you want my advice? First, stop sending me all these LinkedIn requests. And second, here's the beauty of this whole thing. You've got all the time in the world to figure this out. You can just be you for a while. If you know how to do that again.
So I can just be me. And I can wear my mom jeans in peace. I hate these tight jeans.
That's good. Yesterday, I had a beer at 11:30 in the morning. And you know, McDonald's now serves breakfast all day long.
You know, Michelle's going to be at spin class, so she'll never know.
Right. Let it go. You know, it won't be long. You'll be able to walk right out of the Oval Office singing zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. And
TMCA. I'm going to stop it now. No. Nope. Okay, guys, I'm going to bed. I'm going to stop this video now. I love you guys. Thank you so much. You've been watching Skycat Live. I'm a full-time variety gamer all day, every day. Put me on the background. Click on the cast face to donate. Come to the Twitch or the YouTube. Give me a like, sub, or a follow, and you know, come back and let me know.